Can people choose when to die? So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 different ways I've seen how people can control when they die. And then I'm going to tell you one of my wildest stories. The first way I've seen people control when they die is they wait for everyone to get into town or into the room or into the hospital room, into their home, wherever they are. They will wait and wait and wait until everyone is present, and then they will die. Of course, this does not happen with everybody. Not everyone will do this, but I have seen it enough that we do think usually people who are really social, really connected to family, who are really extroverted, they will tend to be the people who will wait for everyone. Usually like the matriarch of the family or the grandfather of a large family sometimes will wait for everybody. The second way I've seen people control when they die is when they wait until everyone leaves. Now this can be really devastating for family members because usually they've been sitting vigil at bedside waiting for their loved one to take the last breath. And then slowly but surely, one by one, someone will go get a coffee, someone will go eat, go to the bathroom, and then they die. So usually the people who will wait for everyone to leave are introverted, really independent, possibly proud, and they will wait until everyone leaves so they can die alone purposely. Again, not everyone does this, but it happens enough that we like to mention it, and we don't know why this happens. And now the third one, and the most surprising, I think, is that when people actually choose a specific date to die. They are either waiting for a big event to pass and then they'll die, or sometimes they will actually just say, I'm dying tonight, I'm sick of this, and I'm going. And then they do. So now I'm going to tell you one of my wildest stories. But before I do, what do you guys think? Have you witnessed something like this? Do you think people can choose when they die? What's your experience? So here's the story. I admitted a woman onto hospice and she was almost not appropriate. Like we barely got her on service. She was doing so well. She had one of those chronic illnesses that people can actually come on and come off hospice. When I put her onto hospice, she lived with her son who was mentally handicapped. And she had a caregiver who was there for many, many years caring for her. Like I said, I barely got her on service, meaning she was walking, talking, eating. She did have a chronic terminal illness, but to me, she appeared to have months to live. The week after I admitted her, I got a call from the office saying I had to go do a death visit. And then to my surprise, it was this woman. I was so surprised. We had seen no decline. We had gotten no calls from her caregiver about her declining or there being a change in condition. So I was really surprised to see that she had died. We usually see a slow decline before someone dies. So when I arrived at the house and saw the caregiver, I said, of course I gave my condolences and I asked her what had happened. And she was like, Julie, you are not going to believe this. But last night, we were making our normal blueberry muffins that we do, I think it was a Sunday. So we do every Sunday, we make blueberry muffins together. And when we were making them, after we were done, she said, I'm really tired. I'm going to go home. I'm done with this. And at first the caregiver was confused and said, you are home. What are you talking about? She goes, no, I'm done. I'm going to go home. And she started saying her sweet nothings to her. She was saying, thank you so much for caring for me. Thank you so much for all you've given me over the years and how well you've cared for our family. Please promise me you'll still care for my son. And the caregiver at first was like, stop talking like this. What are you talking about? I'm going to see you tomorrow. Why are you acting like you're going somewhere? And she just said, I'm tired, I'm done, and bring my son in here. And then she brought the son in and she said her goodbyes to the son. She said it was quiet, so she couldn't really hear what she was saying to him, but that she was basically saying, I love you, and saying her goodbyes. Then the son left. And again, the caregiver basically brushed it off because she thought she was just being, she just didn't know. She just didn't think she was actually going to die. So she just said, listen, I love you. You don't have to thank me for all that I do. You helped me too, and I'll see you tomorrow. And then sure enough, the next day she woke up and she was dead. She was dead. She died comfortably in her sleep, and then that was it. So somehow this woman knew that it was her time and she was dying that night, and she did. So obviously we don't know why this happens. Is it sheer willpower? Is this something people can really do? I don't know, but we see it enough that I like to talk about it, and I want to hear your experiences. I want to hear if you guys have seen anything like this. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear if you believe people can choose when they die. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more death and dying information.